Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this segment of the Outlanders here on Roll With It. Sadly, we are down one Furbolg tonight, but we shall press on in his name. Long
Which,
live Kerr.
which name?
Kerr. We'll just
Oh,
go with
okay.
Kerr.
All right.
It's simple, it's short, it's easy, and I'm too lazy to try to give all the other names. So I only have so much prep to do and to give. So it's just the way it is. But go ahead and hop into this week's episode and begin with a quick recap. So after the super secret session between Rowan and the aforementioned unprepared dungeon master, the rest of the group decided to awoke to find that Rowan was gone, as was his horse, and that he had left individual letters for everybody that no one proceeded to share with anybody else. And just everybody made their own conclusions about what Rowan was going to do. Some believed that he was going to be perfectly fine. Others believed he was on a suicide mission, and some were in between. But after a quick breakfast, the group therefore split even more as Kelnoran, our AWOL Furbolg, decided that he wanted to make the trek to Hillsfar immediately, and Lilith decided to go with him and attempt to dissuade him and wait for the rest of the group. And in a moment of deception, he had the horse take Lilith back to the town of Elventree while he used his druidic abilities in order to expedite his trip to Hillsfar. While the rest of the group made their way to Hillsfar, Kelnoran did make his way to the city and proceeded to give the one name and change his appearance that Rowan had not give the town guards, after coming to an agreement with them to secure safe passage for the rest of the group, and got himself detained for a little bit until the rest of the group arrived, at which point there was still more confusion about how long the group could be in the city or when they would be permitted in the city, and more sending stone shenanigans of them getting updates on Rowan's shopping trip. And finally, the group was reunited in Hillsfar. Rowan shared his adventures thus far, the information he had gathered, and you have all convened at the Cracked Mug, the little hidey hole establishment that you have that's just north of the slums district here. And near the end of the session, you guys were all shown the secret reserves, which happens to be kind of a almost like a smuggler's tunnel out of the Cracked Mug should anything go south and the group needs to either vacate quickly, or if something were to come to fruition and you gain more attention than you really want. But it's about 2:30 in the afternoon or so. Kelnoran has gone off into his room at this point and left the rest of the group to their own devices. But is there anything you guys would like to do for the afternoon following your discussion from last week? Which I will just remind that the curfew for any non-humans is sunset inside the city of Hillsfar. Otherwise, you subject yourself to the justice or jurisdiction and therefore actions of the Red Plumes who happen to police the city. So.
I've done everything that I know to do.
Okay. Anything anybody else would like to do for the rest of this day? You guys probably have about, I would say, in between 3 to 4 hours of sun still left at this point. The city itself, just to give you a size estimate, is probably about a square mile, maybe a little bit more. So it is rather densely populated, but takes up a decent amount of space. But getting around, you could probably traverse from one side of the city to the other through all the meandering roads in half hour-ish. Just to give you some travel time updates.
Did we find out where the Hydra was?
Yep, the Hydra's den is off in this area right over here.
Oh,
near
sorry.
this near this tower. So
Gotcha.
right there.
And where are we?
You guys are down over
other
here.
side of town. Okay.
Yep. So given how much time it took you to get here, which was probably about 20, 25 minutes, because it was a fairly straight shot for the most part, might be equivalent time to get there, potentially.
Do we want to check out the Hydra's den in the daylight? Because that was what was mentioned in the journal.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't read either of those new things, so whatever's in there, you'll have to. I know you shared them, but I personally have not read them yet.
So I think that's where the guy who wrote the journal entry met the twins. From how it reads. So maybe it's a long shot, really, but you could always visit there because we can always eat. I mean, they've got food, so.
Sure, I'm down if we have time for it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
I don't know where else to go at the moment. With it being a little later in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can head there.
All right. We will head to the Hydra's den.
All right.
Oh,
Who would
actually,
like to
on,
lead the yes.
on the way out, I know it's where some guy, like a senator guy, right, is possibly visits.
Let me look again.
I was just gonna ask.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask. What? I forgot the guy's starts with a B.
Bolin?
Bolin. I was gonna ask him a description of the guy that we're hoping to see because I don't know if any of us knows what he looks like.
Okay. And you have the journal. You've seen the journal entry at this point.
The journal entry was passed around to everybody.
Yeah, it was passed around. I just personally haven't read it. Like the player hasn't
Senator
read it.
Domas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Senator Domas. Okay. All right. So head downstairs to talk to Bolin.
Yeah.
All right. You see these guys come down. Afternoon. What
Hey.
can I do for you?
Was thinking about maybe a little help on something if you wouldn't mind to give me a description of someone.
I mean it's a big city. Maybe if I know him, maybe.
Senator Domas?
Senator Domas. Can't say that I've ever seen him come in here. Let me check with the boss lady. Maybe she might. I've heard the name. I've never seen him though myself. I
Sure.
don't really. Well, I don't really head up that way myself.
Yeah, we just don't have a lot of contacts, so I'm gonna ask the people I know.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Let me check with Brecca. He wanders off. A few moments later, Brecca comes up. What, Senator Domas? Is that what you're asking about? Yeah, I mean he's kind of holds her hand up to about 5'9", 5'10" or so in feet. Says he's about this tall. Black hair. Tends to keep it short on the sides, but a little bit longer in the back.
Is there like a party in the front, or?
No, it's all the same length
Oh,
up
okay.
top.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Definitely not a mullet. He is a senator, after all. He has to be a bit more respectable. But
Well,
yeah,
this could be the thing.
Well, I've always seen them trying to make people make them trendy. They just generally don't make it more than a few years, to be honest with you. Then they fall off again, and people try to do it again, and sometimes you just can't fix stupid, but that's okay. But no, he's about 5'9", 10", somewhat long black hair, like I said, undercut, very neatly trimmed beard, very blue eyes, younger guy for a senator too. I think I want to say he looks like he's probably in his early to mid 30s. So haven't seen too much of him lately. He used to be much more public until recently.
I was about to ask a stupid question. I was gonna say I'm assuming he's human, right? But I mean, considering where we're at, they wouldn't have a senator that's not human.
You would be correct. Yes. Is that all you needed from me?
Oh, by the way,
may
everyone, this is Brecca. Brecca, this is everyone.
The rest of the group. Good to meet you. She kind of looks
Pleasure.
directly at you, Lilith, and says, I'd be cautious about entering too many establishments around the city.
I've heard. I appreciate your caution.
Oh, it's more for your benefit, but I'm sorry, what did you want to say, dear?
May I ask a question, please?
Of course.
Senator Domas, I know it seems like we're really interested in him. But has he been proposing anything new lately that you know of, or?
Oh, I'm not sure what happens inside the Senate meetings themselves. I mean, he was in recent years, he was one of the proponents leading a lot of the city to accept more non-humans based off of trade agreements to further commerce inside the city. He believed that it would make us stronger as far as a potential trade partner with other people on the Moon Sea. To be quite frank, I mean, some of the other races are simply able to produce much better goods than humans can of certain types and varieties. But he's, like I said, he's just been less publicly present in recent times.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was unaware of how the politics work here in town, so I didn't
wouldn't
know if
anticipate you to be aware.
yeah, yeah. I've tried to stay away as much as possible. No offense, but
They aren't my rules.
the I didn't know if certain senators had certain areas they were over, or if it was a committee, like a Senate committee, or
No, they tend to do things by simple majorities, which is probably the reason they've always had 31. As far as seats available. To be honest, though, a lot of the the powerful merchant houses tend to have a lot of influence as well. So I think there might be a few that might be less than happy with some of the non-humans being gone at this point, where others see opportunities to increase their influence further by having more trade go through them. I don't know. It's all politics, and
I understand.
I try to stay as informed as I need to be, but not enough that
It's dangerous.
yes, it can.
I understand.
But no, I'm not certain that he's been proposing anything outlandish or anything like that. So
Okay. Well, shall we be off?
Yeah.
well,
Oh,
good luck.
One last thing.
Of course.
Can you give us directions to the Hydra's den?
The Hydra's den. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, your quickest path without knowing the inner workings of all the little meandering streets through here, I would probably take the main road back towards the gate and then just follow the eastern wall. It's kind of a little bit of a longer trek, but I feel like trying to tell you what direction to go through the city would be more apt to get you confused or lost.
That sounds like a sound plan. We appreciate the help.
Of course.
Shall we be off?
Is that are you actually asking us this time, or is there one more thing
Yes.
after? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, we
Nope,
should
that was the last
leave.
I just figured we should get directions since we don't know where it's at.
Yes. Thanks, Brecca.
Kind of turned and walking. Well, anytime.
Should we leave Kelnorn in his room, or should we let him know where we're going?
Wait, did we just make a plan and Kelnorn wasn't here, but Rith was?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Me either.
The party dynamics are shifting.
I mean, I don't think he would complain, to be honest, because, he's not the social
That's true.
gathering
true.
kind of person. I feel like we should at least tell him, though.
Yeah. Let's just let him know, and I know cities make him kind of uncomfortable too, so just let him stay in his room. And if we need him, we can call on the sending stone. Well, no, we can't. Never mind.
No, Rith can. He's the only one that hasn't used it, I think.
No, I used it.
Oh, you
I
did?
used it right after dawn.
Oh, that's the second one
Yep.
I answered then.
Yes.
Yeah, we've
Oh,
all-
everybody's used it then.
yeah. We'll be okay. What could happen?
I'll go up and let him know.
Okay.
Okay.
Rowan walks in while he's stuffing a mushroom in his mouth. Looks like a squirrel got caught.
Is Rift following me okay? Uh-oh. Didn't I lost
I'm here.
Rowan.
Oh,
We lost Rowan. Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's true.
who's not picking up?
Yeah, it says you. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I can hear him fine.
Oh,
Weird.
Okay. Apparently it's fine
Yeah.
now, I guess.
I don't know.
Hey, man, it's from your house, man. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I don't know. I'll yell at my son. Oh, I was muted. He probably thought I was talking, and
Yeah,
'cause
okay.
I was talking to
That's
one of the
fair.
other kids.
That's the way it works.
I can't
Wait,
hear
what?
him. Well, that's because I'm muted. You can't hear me.
All right, we're good.
You gotta use the inside voice a little bit more.
Apparently.
All right. So, you go upstairs to let Kalnor know that you are leaving. And where you're going. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. He'll let you know that he may head out on his own later. He has some things he might want to do.
Just make sure you're not out after dark.
Right. Be safe.
You too.
All right. So, you guys head out, make your way through the city. If you follow the directions that she gave, go ahead and just give me a perception check to find the Hydra's den.
Everyone, or
Whoever's leading the group.
I don't know if it's
Whoever's
safe for
looking
me.
for it.
I got lost when I
I'll
came
go.
into the city.
All right.
I'll do it.
All right.
22.
That looks pretty good. So, all right. Kind of, you count the turrets basically in the wall since you'd seen the map, and based off of that, you're like, well, it should be right around the fourth turret along the eastern wall, and lo and behold, there it is, just as you anticipated. It's a couple stories tall. Sign is fairly vibrant. Looks like a Hydra. It says Hydra's Den. Nice green and gold letters. So,
I'm picturing like the swinging doors like in a Western. And I'm going to walk in.
Boof. Ree. Thump, 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 thump.
someone
Especially
spits
with
in
me being a
platoon.
halfling.
Someone spits in a platoon as you come in.
Yeah.
Got like
The piano stops.
Yeah, the old timey piano. Yeah.
So, Lilith, you walk in first,
Yes.
followed by everybody else.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
everybody else going in? At
Yeah.
this point. Kovac? Okay. And Rith, you're
I hope
heading in,
so.
I assume?
I hope everybody
I'll
comes
follow in
in.
last.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Lilith, you head in, and at this point, it takes you probably about 35 minutes to make that particular trek or so, because you're having to kind of go out of your way, so to speak. So it's still mid-ish afternoon. Kind of would be generally a slow time for most taverns or inns and things like food establishments. As soon as you walk in, there are a couple of people at the bar, including the bartender, and they all just kind of look, and the other three of you filter in behind. Rith, not a single person looks at you, or Kovac, or Rowan. They are all staring directly at you, Lilith.
I'm
And the
walking straight up to the bar.
I'm gonna pretend I'm not with her and keep my hood pulled down.
kind of gives you a side eye. Something I can do for you?
Yes, we have heard this establishment was served fine food, and we would like to order.
Kind of looks around the bar, the rest of the patrons. Two guys that are sitting at the bar, just kind of looking down, staring at you. Aye, we do serve fine food for Hillsfar citizens. Haven't had one of your kind here in a very long time.
I've heard that too.
Kind of looks at the other two patrons. Give me a moment. Kind of pick up their drinks and head off towards another table.
I'm gonna whisper to Kovac. They didn't have a description of you as being part of our group. So you might be able to, I mean, not to be rude, but you might want to just give distance or something in case they recognize the three of us.
It's not a bad idea.
Right. Rith, what are you doing? As Lilith goes up to the bar and starts talking to this guy, and she's getting some very aggressive side eye.
I walk through the door. I'm actually gonna step off towards the side just a bit and stay by the door.
Okay. So not really going much further in.
No, I want to be able
Okay.
to see.
Okay. Kovac, where are you going after you and Rowan have your brief whisper?
So is it just what's the setup like in here?
It's a very well lit and very well decorated bar. There are some, as you walk in, there are pillars that look like it's supporting like a catwalk or a second floor. There are numerous tables on this particular floor, as well as a stage off to the left that is sizable. Looks like it would be able to hold probably a full 4 or 5 piece band up there. And the tables kind of surround that area. The bar goes along most of the right-hand side, and there is a set of stairs at the far end of the room on the left and the right that both go up. And you can kind of see that you can at least see one, probably 2 other levels above you. And you have heard that there is rooftop access, but you can't see that from here, of course. But there are various corners where you can kind of set up booths along the wall that are a little bit more inconspicuous. but it's this first area is a bit more wide open because it seems like it's more of a place where people come to gather, eat, and watch any entertainment that is there.
How's the attire of most
As
of the patrons?
most of the people that there's only about maybe half a dozen people in here right now.
Oh, okay.
Mostly common. Everything in here
Okay.
is it's very warm. It's not I wouldn't necessarily call it rustic, but it has that old, worn, but well cared for type of appearance.
Okay. Kovac then he'll go to the bar, not super far away from everybody, but far enough to where it's somewhat casual.
Okay.
Like, don't want to make a point that I'm not with them, but
Just that you're
that'd be
coming
too
in
obvious.
to sit down.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And Rowan, what are you doing?
I was gonna look for a table.
Okay. There are plenty of tables open. There's a couple that are kind of close to the door, or you can kind of go around this little entry hall corner and find a booth.
If
Uh,
I see both of these guys going, kind of, I will walk up behind Lilith.
Okay.
I'd probably pick one that gave me like the best vision of the bar, like the floor and people coming in and stuff.
Okay. There are a couple of booths along as you go inside, the room kind of opens up from there, and along the left wall, there's a couple of booths where you can possibly sit. I mean, your back would be kind of against the left wall on this side, and then you'd be able to see like the bar and a lot of the floor, the stairs.
I'd probably go with like that something over there then.
Okay. As soon as the other patrons leave, he looks down. Well, I don't want to be rude, miss, but if you wish to be in here, I'm going to have to ask that you try to remain as inconspicuous as possible. I don't want to hurt the reputation of my establishment.
I understand. I understand. I just wanted some good food, and I'd heard that you had some good food here. What do you recommend?
Well, I think we have a boar stew that's on today. I think we still have some pheasant in the back that
Ooh.
is probably one of the things we're known best for. But I mean, those are the two dishes. I think the stew's should be finished, prepared right now. It's just on to simmer for a bit. We might have some fresh bread that's just come out, and I think they've got some greens that are still somewhat in season.
Okay. I believe the boar stew and pheasant would be great. Did you have a table that you would like us to set out of the way?
Well, I mean the boar stew and the pheasant. I mean they're both kind of meals in and of themselves. Might be a little bit much for one person, especially one of
My
your
big
stature.
friend here likes to eat.
Ah,
So,
pleasure to meet you, sir.
I nod.
Well, if you want, there's some tables off there in the corner. If you'd like, you can sit over there and should be out of the way.
I am glad to accommodate.
All right. I'll go ahead and get the meals ready here for you. For the meals themselves, it's a gold piece for the two of them. Did you need anything to drink?
Would you like anything to drink?
Mead.
Mead? And do you have any wine?
We have a couple. I've got some we still have some elven ones in, as well as some local vineyards as well.
Oh, I'd like some of the local. That sounds good.
All right, no problem.
And some mead. Could I get, we'll say 4 servings.
4 servings. All right.
Yes.
And just 2 of the drinks.
We'll go with 2 meads and a wine.
All right. You just want a tankard of mead or 2 full bottles? 2 tankers or 2 full bottles?
Tankers.
All right. Between, he's like, with the 3 drinks and the 4 meals, that would end up running you about 3 gold pieces.
I'll hand him 5.
Thank you, miss. I'll have someone bring that over to you as soon as it's ready.
The extras for your trouble. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you for being understanding.
And I'll head over to one of the tables that he pointed out that's kind of off in the corner.
Yep. So it's kind of opposite of where Rowan is sitting. So it's kind of closer towards the stairs, but underneath an overhang that kind of makes it not entirely visible, a little bit more out of the way. But
I like it.
I mean, would work for you. All right. Anybody else doing anything while they're in here? Or Kovac?
I'll get some food and drink as well.
Okay. He'll make the same offers to you as far as the boar and if you get like a drink and the meal, it'll end up running you about like a gold and 3 silver pieces. Actually, sorry.
Okay.
For the meal and the drink, it runs you about 9 silver total.
Okay. Oh, I'll hand over a gold then.
Okay.
And just stew and elven wine if it matters.
Yep. All right. All right.
So, while we're waiting for the 2 patrons that were up at the bar, can I get a read on them?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check if you'd like. $14. Okay. And what are you trying to figure out about them?
To see if possibly they're off-duty red plumes.
Okay.
Like if they're trained, how they walk and stuff.
Yeah, you definitely don't get a military vibe from their gait or the way that they do anything. They come back and they kind of sit there and there's a small brief conversation. One kind of glances over in your guys' direction, but then you see him just kind of shrug and he turns back to his companion and they are lifting up their drinks, appear to be engaging in their conversation again. Only seem to give you a passing notice, but...
Okay.
Rowan, anything for you while you're here?
I'd probably, get some food and drink, but like in the meantime, I would definitely be just keeping an eye out to see if the senator showed while we were there.
Okay. Just keeping an eye on any people coming and going?
Yeah, basically people watching.
All right. And how long would you guys like to spend here?
I would
Not too long for me.
I'd try to make sure I at least had enough time to get back.
Yes, definitely.
So how long was it until sunset?
You
Just
guys
a-
assumed that you probably had at least 3 to 4 hours of sunlight left when
okay.
you exited, so you probably think you have anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 hours still left of sunlight. So you guys have time. I mean,
I'd say probably 2 hours max for
okay,
me, just to watch for the twins.
okay.
I'd probably push my limits, to be honest. I'd probably go like 2.5.
Okay.
I just chill till somebody leaves. The person I'm watching
Okay.
and that fed me tonight.
Yeah. There's plenty of food there.
I'm
Oh
eating it.
yeah, yeah. That's why I ordered so much.
I mean, the boar stew is very good. The pheasant dish is wonderfully prepared. I mean, it does have like a glaze that goes along with it that complements it. I mean, for the establishment that you're in, I mean, this is. It probably isn't quite as good as the food that you had at the Adventurers Gala or the charter dinner that you guys went to, but it's not too far below, to be honest. Like, this is kind of one of those places where if you find it and because of the cost of everything, you're like, yeah, I would definitely come back here on a regular basis. You can kind of understand why it has so many seats available to it. It's probably very popular. So, okay. So
I would probably try to keep an eye out, like if there's like any movement upstairs that I can see. Um, Also, is it just like seating upstairs, or is it look like it has like rooms up there, or from what we can
see
see, like
any?
from
I
down
mean, from
here?
what you can see, you see tables. There does appear to almost be like a bar that goes around part of the upper balcony that can see where the stage is. So more than likely, people can sit at the railing and watch the entertainment. Um, the other parts, it looks like there are just more round tables. You kind of catch a glimpse of a few booths that are up, few booths that are up there. Give me a perception check to see if you notice anything beyond the obvious. 14. Nothing that looks like in rooms or anything like that. From from what you can see here, it looks like this is strictly a food establishment or a tavern.
Okay.
Albeit a large one.
When they bring our food, I'm gonna send a gold piece back with them as a tip for the waiter, whoever brings us our food, and tell them to buy the two guys at the bar a drink also.
Okay. Are you telling him on behalf of you?
Yes.
Or okay. All right. So they bring you your food, set it down, go back, and the bartender comes back after the server lets you know, lets them know, and refills the drinks, and they kind of look off in your direction and raise a mug, and they seem appreciative.
Nod and raise my wine glass back.
Rowan, give me high, low. Which one you want?
Hi.
Okay, cool. All right. So as you're sitting there, Kovac, you hear a voice in your head. It goes, "I would love to have a word with you, and possibly your companions, if possible. I have some I have some information you might be interested in." It's a distinctively female voice.
Does Kovac recognize his voice?
Give me an intelligence check. Ten? Yeah. Sounds like Rebecca.
Well, okay. I guess initially Kovac will just think, what do you want? See if that works.
Oh, well, I want to see you and your companions remain safe while in the city. Um, you've caught the attention of some particularly powerful people.
And what are we going to owe you for this warning?
I wouldn't say necessarily, but there is a matter I want help with. It would be mutually beneficial. I believe
Where do
it
you want to
would.
meet? Oh, so go ahead.
I believe it would damage the individuals you're looking for here and hurt their hold they have.
Where and when do you want to meet?
There is a inn just east of the House of Happiness. Go there and go to room 3B, and I'll be there. Feel free to bring anyone you feel might be amiable to a discussion.
And when?
Sooner the better.
Okay, he won't reply.
Okay. You've kind of like you can feel the presence when you're communicating that way, and it kind of leaves.
Okay. We've already used our sending stones today, haven't we?
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
Some of you got to use them twice.
How much time's expired since you were asked how long we've been there? Or we were gonna stay?
I would say from that point, it's probably been about a half hour. So 2 to 3 hours of sunlight left.
Okay. I'll give it another hour.
Okay.
See what happens in the next hour here.
All right. Rowan, as you're keeping an eye on things, I mean, as the afternoon starts to wear on, you get closer to time keeps going on and on and on. More people start to filter in. No one that fits the description of the person that you were told, necessarily. I mean, a lot of the people that come in here don't seem to be more of the nobility type, necessarily. So it doesn't look like, if you're trying to keep an eye out for the senator here, you don't seem to notice him. Well, it's kind of the same thing if you're doing any kind of people watching. More people are starting to filter in. Probably 20 to 25 in the place at this point, as it gets later in the afternoon.
I was just keeping an eye out, basically for the twins, is
Okay.
what I was looking for.
Go ahead and give me a perception check as you're taking a look. Okay. 12. No one that looks to be... You don't see anyone that resembles twins or look like any kind of twins necessarily. So...
Okay.
So about an hour passes for you, Kovac, as you guys are all hanging out in the bar, having finished your food, your drinks, gotten refills if you wanted. It's probably been about an hour since your conversation or so. I mean, you would have seen Rith and Lilith go off to your left, and Rowan. Or I say, yes, off to, since you're sitting at the bar, they would have gone to your left, and Rowan's behind you, back towards your right.
I'll Kovac will look toward Rowan, see if he can make eye contact with him. And if he does, he'll just kind of subtly nod toward the door, and then he'll wait a few and then get up and leave.
Okay. Rowan, I mean, you're people watching, so would you say he notices, or do you want to roll? This isn't really he's not exactly being conspicuous about it, but
I would probably see it if I was people watching, I would imagine.
yeah, I would say so. It's conceivable. So
I'll give it like a second though, like I won't just get up immediately and then go to the door.
the old secret agent thing, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you're not being tailed.
While I'm walking by some tables, I'm gonna be like, gotta see a man about a dog.
One guy's like, don't go to the place over on High Street. They're terrible.
Noted.
They apparently feel a strong way about them.
I will make my way outside.
All right.
Yes.
I'll just be hanging off to the side of the building there, out of the way of traffic.
I walk outside, I don't see him. I'm like, what the?
So observant.
All right.
So, oh, no.
No, I was just gonna
Do
say,
you see
okay,
me?
I'll go over.
So, Rebecca wants to meet.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure she does.
She says she has some information for us about some people that we could mutually deal with. She's staying pretty close by and wants us to go to her room. Thoughts?
I don't trust her, but I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to see her. But the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I just don't like it because of what happened.
I agree. I'm not, but I'm also a realist. I understand we have to work with people we don't necessarily approve of.
You're working with Lilith. Oh, just
I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting
Still
for it.
working with Kelnoran too. Points, you know.
I understand.
She didn't say we all had to be there, just, well, she's kind of snarky about it. She said anybody who's amicable. So it's not like we all have to go. And I guess it couldn't hurt to see what she proposes.
She might have been pointing the finger at me indirectly from the conversation she tried to have yesterday, this morning, whenever it was, earlier today. With me. I would prefer not to be there. But I guess I wouldn't stop anyone from going. It just feels nasty inside to think about it.
Do we want to make this decision tonight? She said as soon as we could. I don't know if that means tonight or if we can wait till tomorrow.
I just worry about the timing for tonight, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, because if the meeting takes too long, we're going to be stuck there.
And you know Rith will be upset if you don't take him with you. They're like friends or something, aren't they? I definitely don't think you should go alone.
Oh, I don't want to go alone.
I would almost say like first thing in the morning. Because then at least we have the use of our stones if anything happens.
That's true.
Because I don't care to be like close to just in case something does happen. I just don't want to be in there.
Okay.
I don't know, I guess we could tell the other two about it like this evening and get thoughts. Well, other three, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to go back in, but I think I'll probably just head back from here. I don't want to draw too much attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably go back as well because it would. I would feel weird about walking back in when I just left. How much time do
Okay.
we think is maybe left for sunlight?
An
Give
hour and a half
me
or so.
give me a quick nature check.
Sure. I'm sure it'll be really good.
Probably.
Disadvantage. Oh! Yeah!
It would have been. It would have been.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have 3 hours of sunlight left. Seems about right.
I couldn't just wasted a 20 on that. Cool.
I'd say Kovac, you think about the same probably. You're like, yeah, I could easily have 3 hours left.
What did it take us to like 30 minutes to get here or 35 minutes to get here?
Yeah, probably about. It took you a little bit longer than getting from the gate to the not for you. But for Kovac and them, it took them a little bit longer to get to the cracked, a little bit longer to get here than to the cracked mug.
Yeah. I was hungry. I don't know what you're talking about. I stopped at the vendor stand.
You did. You found a good vendor.
I was just wondering, like, if the castle is on the way.
You guys passed by it, kind of. I mean, it's essentially to like the northeast of where you're staying.
Oh, okay.
It's fairly visible too. Like it's there's a hill that kind of rises up in the middle where the castle sits.
Mm-hmm.
So it's slightly elevated above everybody else. So, but yeah, it could be on the way.
I was thinking about just trying to get eyes on the castle a little bit on the way back. This is Rowan saying that out loud to Kovac. Because I was told that the red plumes operate out of the castle. Doesn't have to be like inspect every inch of it, but like just, kind of a drive by as you are a ride by. I mean, if you were down.
Yeah.
So we'll just kind of venture towards it a little bit. Not like I said, not have to like get up close to it and
Okay.
inspect everything, and not even necessarily walk all the way around and check everything out. But just kind of looking at like the guarded situation and that kind of thing.
All right. So you guys make your way as if you're heading back towards the cracked mug.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're walking, I mean, you can kind of see at certain points when you are looking across, you can see the tops of the turrets and whatnot on the castle in the distance over the buildings. So as you're making your way south, it's kind of on your right, and then you pass by it and you get on the main street going back towards it, and it's directly right in front of you as you're making your way kind of northwest. It is surrounded. I mean, this area is, again, it's kind of starts to go up a hill. There are a lot more trees, a lot more green areas in this part. Looks like things are fairly well maintained in this area, and the houses become more like manors and estates as you get closer. Obviously, people who live in this area have an abundance of wealth in comparison, and you can choose to try to travel through some of that area if you'd like to, because you'd have to go through some of that in order to get towards the castle to get a closer look of it. As it stands right now, you're probably, I would say, 200-300 yards from it, based on where you're at. Maybe 300 or 400, I would say. Yeah.
We could probably start to head back because we always have more time to, get a better feel of it, like another day or something even.
You can see, at least from the...
Does it look like that area is like accessible to the public though? Like it's nothing that's
It is.
guarded? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you just... Again, things are just look a little bit nicer there. Give me a quick perception check as you're taking a look. You both can if you'd like.
Disadvantage. Oh, it got better.
7. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you see some people walking through there. Doesn't look like anything is necessarily closed off or anything, but you can see some paths going through there.
Fair enough. All right. I mean, that's good for like a little walk by glance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I would think we would head back probably.
All right. Lilith and Rith. You guys are in there. You can kind of see the bar. You see where Kovac was sitting, and he left separately. And I'd say Lilith, with your passive, you would see probably about 30 to 45 seconds later, Rowan gets up and leaves as well.
Probably give it about, seeing as we've been in here a little over an hour, about another probably 15-20 minutes or so.
Okay.
And then I'll head back up to the bar
Okay.
and tell the bartender that was some of the finest food I've had in a long time.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Your generosity was appreciated both by myself and your fellow patrons. Is there anything else I can do for you while you're here?
Nope. I quite appreciate your hospitality, even though it was guarded as needed.
I'll say I do have a question for you.
Sure.
What brings you here? If you know the reputation that your kind has here.
I am a trader. I come in looking. I'm looking for new products, to trade, and some are harder to get than others. Especially for some of my kind. So, I figured why not try and see if I can mend some relationships and offer back.
Oh, best of luck to you. Wish you the best.
Thank you. I hope I am welcome to return for another meal sometime.
Oh, I personally don't have a problem with it. Just trying to maintain the reputation of my establishment, but
I understand. Reputations are everything.
they are indeed, as I'm sure you'll find out more that you visit our city.
Well, I will bid you a good day. It is nearing sundown, and I must get back.
Of course. Do make haste. Have a nice evening.
And I will motion to Rith, and we will head out.
As you walk by Rith, he kind of nods. Good day, sir.
I'll say in Dwarven, good day. As I walk out. Stroking my beard.
I forgot you had the beard.
He responds with a traditional dwarven farewell.
Fantastic. I like this guy. He's about as good as Rebecca.
And I guess we'll head back to
All right.
the cracked mug.
So that's you guys, and then that's yeah. So man, as you guys are getting back, Rowan and Kovac, I mean the sun dips below like the wall a whole lot quicker than you were probably anticipating. So you think that your estimation of like 3 hours might have been off, just by a little bit, but it's probably about 5:30 or so, and when all of you guys make it back to the cracked mug.
As the sun's going down or getting almost down, I was like, ha! We were spot on.
So did you guys see anything?
Nope.
I didn't either. And although the bartender was worried about this reputation, he didn't really seem like such a bad guy.
The kind of
Where's this
not
conversation taking place? As you're inside
I'd
the
say
cracked
up in
mug?
the.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say we.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
like the not so bad type of guy that would give information, or the not so bad type of guy that was cordial just because it's a business and he didn't want to run away a potential customer.
That one.
Okay.
I'm sure he wouldn't offer me information, but maybe someone taller and less foreign. But he was cordial, at the very least.
Fair enough. Did we go to the room that Kelnoran's in, or the other room?
I'd say the room Kelnoran's in, so he can be in on it.
Is Kelnoran in his room? He said he had some things to do. If he wasn't if we went to the other, I was gonna go get him. But if we went to the one he's in,
I would say, given his probably ability to tell time more naturally, he's not in his room.
I can't be the one that worries about it, because I mean, I kind of up and left everyone.
I mean, he can change his appearance, so he's not as he could probably get away with a little after dark if he needed to.
Also, he didn't mention where he was going, so I mean, I wouldn't know where to look.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, that that sucks. I was hoping we'd get some kind of information.
Hmm. Did we? We didn't tell, or did you guys tell? I guess because I wasn't there for your whole conversation with Hulen. Does he know about Senator Domas?
We let him read all the literature we have.
He read all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we let him read that one. I don't think he knows about Damas.
I don't think he gave him the
Wait,
final
nope.
journal entry.
Yep, that one. Okay, yeah, that one we didn't give him. I think that one, because I think Kelnoran gave it to him. Not that one, but the
It was the letters basically that you guys had found in the bowl.
yeah, and the descriptions of the Damon Fay.
Because I think the one that mentions the senator specifically says that he's working with the twins, which are the bad people that can change and look like humans, that he was worried about being inside of his city.
Yeah.
I think we should tell him. I mean, he said that if we had information to bring it to him and let him
Take care of it.
work on it instead of
That's
us
true.
taking care
Yeah.
of the.
Yeah. That's probably a good idea. We can do that first thing in the morning.
Can't we pass notes to?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If I leave a note with Brecca, she will get it to
Brecca.
Ulin.
That's the name.
But I feel like we
Oh, and I
shouldn't
have
leave the
all.
information in a note. I think I should just say, I need to meet you. I have some information. Just in case the note somehow is seen by someone else.
Yeah, and I could make a copy of it to give him personally. Because I have parchment and ink.
As do I. I also have another way to get a message to him, but he specifically said to use a note through Brecca, so.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he'll have a way to dig up something too if we let him know about that part.
Yeah. I can go ahead and I'll just write up a note then. We have some information that might be helpful about the dangers to the city.
There we go.
And then I'll take it down to Brecca if she's in her office or wherever she's at down there.
Okay. So come down, talk to Brecca. Comes out. Well, what can I do for you now?
I have another. Sorry to ask this of you all the time, but I have another note that I need to get to Hulin.
Okay. Do you get it to him this evening?
I mean, I guess, but I can't go anywhere this evening.
Well, that's why. I mean, she kind of looks at you. Pulled up the hood, you'd probably be okay. But I mean, if it's something urgent that you think he needs to know about, I can I can get it to him.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
more than likely at home for the evening.
we just have some information for him that might be helpful.
Okay, I can
So
let him know. Like I said, he's probably at home for the evening, so
sure.
shouldn't be an issue getting it to him.
I guess just like his earliest that he
She's-
can speak with us would be.
She just holds out her hand towards you.
I shake it. No, I'm just kidding. I give her the note.
All right. I'll
She
get
holds
this
out
to
her
him.
hand for a 5. I go with the fist, and then we,
Yep.
back and forth.
She just gear shifts it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get it to him, and he'll probably be by a little bit later.
I appreciate it.
All right.
I'll head back
So-
up to the room.
All right.
So, is there
Well-
anything else we'd like to tell the rest of the group?
Mm,
You know as much as I do.
I don't have anything else.
Is this establishment like a bar or?
No, it's. I mean, it does have like a. When you guys come in downstairs, you do see some tables and chairs. It's sparse, like maybe 4 tables and chairs, with like 3 chairs at each table. But it doesn't look like it sees the entire time you've been here. You have not seen a whole lot of traffic come through here.
Okay.
Like
I guess
at
when
all.
Rowan leaves, I'm gonna head to my room, and I'm just gonna begin working on some of the weaponry that I've accumulated and cleaning them up. And
Okay. Well, that begs the question: is I guess who's staying in what room? Because you guys have 2 rooms.
Yeah, I think Kelnoran took the key for one, and I have the key for the other.
Yeah. So
So we're definitely split. I guess.
I'll go into Calnoran's. Oh
okay.
no, I'll go in Rowan's. I'll be in. He asked me to take care of him. Oh.
That was while I was gone.
Yeah, I'll be in Rowan's.
Okay.
I guess I'll be in Kelnoran's.
Okay.
I will go in Rowan's because I'm
All
still mad at Kelnorn.
Okay. So there are only 2 beds in each room. So there is like this.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Rowan already
So-
knew this.
the thing, Between Rowan, Lilith, and Rith, you guys will have to figure out who is sleeping on a floor. Which I guess Rowan probably already has his pack on one of the beds, or
No, I left my pack inside the door,
Oh,
like the secret room. So if we had
the
to,
special reserves.
yep.
Mhm.
So that way, if we had to leave, it was there, and I didn't have to worry about grabbing it.
Right. Okay. So you guys will have to figure out how you're sleeping. We can work on that later. But
Oh, Ritz will
Um,
sleep on the ground. That's fine. He doesn't care.
so Rowan, you come back up, and Rith is no longer in the room since you guys had gone into Kelnoran's room initially.
Ah, perfect. Time to make a plan.
I say it's. Of course, he should probably hear this. He has a very different view on Rebecca.
That's true.
Rebecca.
Yep, Rebecca.
Give me a second. I go over to the other room. Hey, Rith, you might want to hear this part.
He looks up. Okay.
Come on, come
Oh.
on.
As
He
he's
was waiting.
just gotten everything out, and he's ready to start like sharpening. Like,
Just leave it there.
He goes to the other room to like leave the talk, and we all just migrate to the room he just went into.
all right.
So, who wants to go see our old friend Rebecca?
Rebecca?
She's
She is here,
here.
and she would like to meet with us
Did she say why?
Yes, we could potentially help each other take care of a mutual enemy, I guess.
Okay. I'm interested. At least to hear what she has to say.
And she did specify we didn't all have to go. But to go see her soon. So we figured in the morning.
Well, where's she at?
She's at an inn just east of the House of Happiness, room 3B.
Are there many inns over there?
I don't know. I'm sure we can get that information when we need it.
Well, I guess that's the information we could use, I guess. At the very least, since we're kind of stuck at the moment.
And Rowan, you don't want to go, correct? But you want to be close by?
Yeah, I'd be happy to be nearby. I just don't want to go in.
Okay.
I'll go in with you.
I'm not exactly thrilled about going either, but under the circumstances, I'm not sure what Kilnoran would want to do.
I'd say he'd probably stay with Rowan.
He would probably say, "No, we can't talk to her. I hate her. She's the scum of the planet."
Yeah. Maybe it's good he doesn't know. Rith, are
Yes.
you in?
Rebecca offered help.
Yeah, I just... I
I
don't know how mutual this will be. I think we need to definitely tread lightly and make sure we're not getting screwed over.
I agree.
I do not disagree.
Yeah, and if you guys say the word, I'll come put a knife in her gut.
Let's try and avoid any physical confrontation if possible.
Oh, okay. I'll just wait on the outside then.
I do appreciate the zealousness, though.
Well,
All right.
it sounds
it's
like we have our
decided.
morning full.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we
Any other business we need to discuss?
check with Brecca and see if Hewlin said anything about when he was coming?
I'm sure he'll show up when he shows up, if he's going to tonight.
Because, I mean, if we're gone, you know.
Well, we can always ask in the morning.
No, that's true.
I mean,
Before we
we're not
leave.
going anywhere tonight, as far as I know.
I
promise.
Not going to chance anything.
Promise, I'm not going anywhere tonight, guys.
Wasn't worried.
Yeah. That's just because you're sleeping on the floor and I'll step on you if I try to go anywhere.
Rick will sleep in front of the door.
That's the trick. That's why he's in the floor.
He's going to
My
sleep
feet
up
are going to
against
be right
the
next to
door.
that dang door.
You figured him out.
Man, I need a drink of water. Thump. Thump. Thump.
He does a fist to his face.
Lay down.
Yeah.
Okay, well, time to go to sleep.
Okay, so you guys finish your conversation.
Yeah.
All right. So about as you guys are just relaxing upstairs, about an hour and a half later or so, Bolin comes up and knocks on Rowan, your door.
Are Rith's feet in the way so I can open it or no?
It's still
Oh, he's not
mid-evening,
sleeping yet.
so
Okay.
I
no.
would still be working on the weapon stuff. Yeah.
I'll open the
Yeah.
door.
Bolin's here.
Thanks, buddy.
He leaves. Yep.
Oh. I'll go down to greet him, I guess.
Lilith, of course, you hear the same thing.
Yeah, I will go. Yeah.
Kovacs, the doors aren't exactly thick here, so you probably give me a perception check just to see
Okay.
what you hear. If you're back in your own room at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear it. You hear Bolin's here. It's a little bit more muffled, but you definitely catch Hulin and hear.
Okay.
Going down to see him.
All right.
I don't.
Lilith and Rowan. Nope, I figured as much. Just extra people, right? Don't
Yep,
even.
that's how he views it. They got this. He trusts in it.
Kovacs, you staying put.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay.
I'll stay a little bit more aware, but yeah, I'll stay.
Okay. All right. So you guys come downstairs. And Hulin's sitting at one of the tables with one of the tankards that you've seen Bolin polishing at different time frames and cleaning. Sees you come down and he stands up briefly. Says, I got your message.
Sorry that it was late at night if you were at home.
Not that late. But no, I was at home. It's fine though. Said you had information though.
Yeah, should we go somewhere?
He looks around. It's empty, except for Bolin behind the counter. Well, unless you don't trust Bolin.
I mean, Bolin's a pretty good guy. I like him.
Bolin goes, I wouldn't.
I like him.
Just for saying that, I trust
No.
you more now, Bolin.
I'll hand Hewlin the copy that I made.
Oh, okay.
Of the journal.
The journal.
Yeah.
And this is the unfinished journal entry.
Yes.
Okay.
Or the final journal entry.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
And then I'll just, when he's handing it to him, I'm gonna like just be speaking and like reiterate that, the twins are the ones that I told you about that can change their appearances so that they could look human to get in here.
He looks at this and he's like, this was less than a 10-day ago. And the person who wrote this letter, were they human as well?
I don't believe so.
Rowan, I think you were close enough. Actually, I think no, Lilith. I mean, you probably would have been close enough to see. go ahead and give me just a intelligence check. See
I was
what you
getting ready to
remember.
ask which one we found this in.
Yeah,
Second one.
I was.
The second one?
The second one.
Okay.
Mhm. 11. He was definitely had elven-ish features, but there was something off about him. The more that you think about it, definitely did not look human, to say the least. But kind of looked elven, only more angular, probably. You're having trouble recalling exact details about him.
So I'll tell him what I saw of him.
And he was in the city.
This one was not.
No, I think it reads like he was.
Says he visited the Hydra.
Yeah, it said
Oh, wait,
if he
yeah.
goes back again or
That's
something.
right. That's right. I
Huh.
gotta read it again.
He passed on a few magical baubles to help pass their advantage. So he was definitely here.
Right.
Domas would not have.
So he was here for months.
Well, I would not have expected Domas to be the one. He was normally one of the more tolerant voices on the Senate
That might be why he was targeted.
till recently. Yeah, I guess that could be true.
What if it could be a crazy thing in my brain that I'm thinking right now? But what if right now Domas is not Domas? If they can change their appearance to look human, what's to say they can't change their appearance to look like Domas? I could be completely wrong. It's just a thought.
So, no, that's. I think that's valid.
I
I
assumed.
can have this. He holds up the parchment.
Yes, that is a copy for you.
This is word for word.
Yes.
Okay.
I assumed that senators probably have the ability to give you orders to stop 4 guys at a gate just trying to get into your city. You don't have to tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Senators, merchants. I mean, just anyone generally with power.
I just assumed it was Domas because of this letter now that I just read this morning earlier.
Let me. I have some people that I trust and can look into this, and I'll inquire with them how we can go about spotting some kind of illusion such as this, and see if we can make sure that Domas is indeed Domas. Have you been to the House of Happiness?
Yes.
Well, if you plan to continue your own investigation, it was my understanding that Domas did or does frequent the establishment. Do with that what you will.
Yeah, I'm supposed to meet with Shavara there again tomorrow.
Fine woman. Quite the honorable person.
She seems to be pretty great.
Well, I will. I have a few things to do tonight, still, so I will take my leave, and if you come up with anything else, reach out.
Will do.
We shall. Thank you.
No, thank you. You have curried a bit more of my goodwill. Well, good night.
You as well.
He takes a quick swig of like the rest of his drink and puts it down. Bolin?
I'll
Bolin's just kind of looking at the pair of you.
I'm gonna,
You need something?
no, I'm gonna go back to
Nope.
the room.
Going back to my room.
All right. I'll be down here.
Sounds good. Going back to the room.
All right. All right. Anything else for the evening?
I'll go in and let Kovac know, that we talked with him, and he seems very interested in what we told him. And
I guess we'll see what happens.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna go over and wait. Kelnorn's not back yet, or is he back?
Uncertain. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say no, given what I think I know what he can do, and
Yeah.
his abilities. We'll say no, he's not. And from what you can see when Hulin like opened the door and went out, it is darker out. There might be a few rays of sunlight left, but probably either at sunset or past it at this point.
Yeah. I'll just go back to the other room then.
All right. Anything else for
Yep.
the evening?
Nope.
Yeah.
All right. Rith, you're continuing to just work on the weapons got backlogged.
Yep.
All right. So, on to the next day. So, you guys have the option to sleep in a little bit later since you can't really do much until sunrise anyhow, which, in between 6:30 and 7 for the most part. Or 7, I think it's about 7, between 7 and 7:30 at this point. But, yeah.
Definitely sleeping.
I feel like I would probably sleep in some.
You probably would. All right. So you guys are up and ready to begin the day as soon as you guys basically hit sunrise. Anything you guys would like to do, discuss, or anything like that before you head out for the day?
Am I feeling much better now?
You are no longer exhausted.
Woo!
You can roll regularly again.
Yay! Now I can roll ones and not have a 20 with it.
Yeah. Back to good old normal. Anything anybody needs to do before you guys start your morning activities?
No. I don't remember if I'm supposed to meet her midday or like afternoon. I forgot what she said. I don't know if you remember, but
I believe she said,
I should have wrote that part down, but I
midday.
didn't.
I believe she said midday.
Okay.
Did I write? Yeah, midday.
Okay.
So
I just couldn't remember the exact part. I knew I was supposed to meet her the next day, and it wasn't like early. It was either mid or afternoon. I just couldn't remember. But
yep, she basically just wanted about 24 hours to kind of get her information. So
well, okay, then when we get to the inn, if it's not like super far from there, I'll just go there. Even though it's earlier than I'm supposed to meet her.
So you're making your way towards the inn that you believe that Rebecca's staying at, and just taking a look since it said it was across from the House of Happiness to the east.
Right.
Okay. So you just want to see how close the House of Happiness is to the inn?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead and give me a perception check. Anybody who's making their way there, or looking for the inn, I should say. 15. Okay. All right. So I mean, you've been in the area here previously. You would not necessarily say you were looking for everything else, since you were kind of looking for just the one thing. But you do recall that, like across the street from the House of Happiness, to the east, there is indeed an inn called the Falcon's Rest. There are a couple of other buildings around it, but nothing that really looks specifically like an inn. So looks like the Falcon's Rest may be the place you're looking for.
In that case, then like if that's where they're going in, I'll like I said, I'll just wait like in the House of Happiness, I guess, just to
Okay.
not be standing out in the street. I mean, not because I want to be there, or anything, but
Right. No, I get you. So, all right. Is everybody else? Are the other three of you going into the Falcon's Rest then?
Yes.
All right.
Yep, no reason not to.
Yeah. All right. So you head on in. Compared to the Cracked Mug, this is a much nicer looking establishment, but there is an individual just sitting at what would be considered like a front desk area, who greets you as you come in. They're like, "Oh, good morning.
Morning.
May I help you?"
We're here meeting a friend.
Room 3B.
Ah, okay. Yes, if you want to take the stairs to the right and go up 2 flights, uh, room 3B should be the first one on your left.
Thank you.
Kind of just watches as you go, Lilith.
Yep. Just walking on.
Yep.
Not paying attention.
Make your way up.
Yep.
All right. So you guys get up there. The door opens right as you're getting up to the area. The room is the door opens as you get there, but the room is presently empty, so to speak. Rith, you hear in your head, please come inside and tell your friends and shut the door.
We are to go inside. So I walk in.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
And then shut the door.
All right. As soon as you shut the door, she phases in, just kind of melding in from just the surrounding area. Her form initially looking a little bit translucent until she becomes fully opaque and corporeal. Says, and she is presently in her actual succubus form. This feels much more natural. Thank you for coming to see me. I understand this for some of you might be a bit of a trust exercise. Step of faith,
Yes.
so to speak. And I know that, I had attempted to speak with your other companion when he was here by himself. Understandably, he did not seem excited at the proposition of conversing. And I'm sure that is in no small part due to the part that I played in the horrible misfortune that befell your friend and that I helped endanger. I wish to apologize for that, and any acts of repentance that I could do for her, I would be more than happy to discuss in the future. But that is not the reason that I have called you here today.
Does she feel sincere about this?
Make an insight check.
Ten.
A 10? It's hard to get a read precisely, but you don't... First time you encountered her down in the ritual chamber, her ability to deceive all of you was on full display. You do not get that same sense here necessarily. You don't. I would say that your initial, probably suspect nature is still winning out in this instance, but you don't feel she's being completely disingenuous.
Okay.
Do with that what you will. Say, I have no doubt that most of you are aware that you have caught the attention of some powerful people.
We're aware.
And I'm not. Well, I would like to just, I guess, confirm as to your presence in the city, although I can assume a great deal. But um, why have you exposed yourself to such scrutiny? Kind of looks over at you, Lilith, especially you. Seems out of place.
We're here to help a friend.
Well, noble endeavor.
I don't have many.
I don't
So.
have any, so that's you're ahead of me.
True.
Well, I don't expect you to trust me, but I do want to help you. And I will be honest, as I told your companion here yesterday, she motioned towards Kovac, there is something in it for me, means to an end, so to speak. Now, I could have decided to hide this from you, but I am not. I'm choosing to be honest with you. This piece of information that I need can only be attained by helping someone else. However, which is where I believe our mutual benefit may occur. I understand you are inquiring about a Senator Domas and another enigmatic pair.
Yes.
I do happen to know a small bit of some of the happenings here. One of my kind has been enlisted, we'll say, to help with your dear senator.
Enlisted how?
Oh, darling, it's what we do. We control people.
Okay.
Rith raises an eyebrow at that statement.
I feel like I've been as honest with you, Rith, as I could be. Of all the times we've been together, there are many times I could have exerted some form of control over you. Not to say anything against your mental faculties, but my kind are very proficient at control.
It doesn't say anything.
Okay. Well, she is unhappy with the arrangement, we'll say. It has been many months, and our kind need to feed sporadically, and being tethered to one individual for as long as she has limited her opportunities. But while she is bound to these twins, she is unable to do as she wishes. However, while she is bound to the twins, she could be a problem for you. a potential enemy.
Okay.
So I need from you, before I can tell you all of the details, I would like to have your commitment to help me free her from her contract with them.
She will be freed.
Well,
How do we free her?
well, to be honest, I was not expecting it to come as easily as that.
Me neither.
Well, freeing her is simply removing the piece or the item that is binding her to them. From my understanding, it is in the possession of their mansion in the central district. There are methods of infiltrating that you could go underneath, so to speak. Old tunnels that were fashioned by the current owners, and you would need to get in, retrieve the item, and then remove the binding enchantment. Would free my sister, I guess would be the best way to describe it. I'm not sure how to equate it in terms that you would understand, but it would free her and remove an ally from your enemies.
How long can she go without feeding?
I mean, I believe she gets some sustenance from the senator occasionally. We have to be careful when it's a single individual, just because prolonged feedings or for too long can change someone. But sometimes 3 or 4 months.
Is she weak when she's not feeding?
Wouldn't necessarily call us weak. Maybe easier to control by her captors or the people who she's contracted to. But she
Why
can
did she
become,
did she not know what this job entailed? Or
well, many of my kind
Wait.
don't have the freedom to choose who contracts us. We are beholden to others that hold our chains, so to speak.
So who are we going to piss off when if we free her?
Well, undoubtedly, these twins that you're after. And anyone else involved in their machinations of whatever plans they have for the senator. I've heard rumors about things, but nothing concrete, but something to do with demons. Yes?
So, what information do you have about the twins besides their mansion?
Not much, unfortunately. They are an enigmatic pair, like I told you. I do know that they are the actual driving force behind the senator's current actions. I believe they have had. I've heard rumors, so to speak, and I believe your companion Rowan would likely hear the same, given who he has been speaking to. But um, I've heard rumors that they've had an interest in the plumes. Aside from that, not much. They seem to value their privacy. And I am restricted from interfering with one of my kind's contracts. Something we're simply not permitted to do.
Do they appear as male and female? 2 males, 2 females?
I haven't seen them myself, but from what I've heard, I believe they appear as male and female.
Okay.
I do hear the female is a sight to behold, though.
What do you get out of this?
Information. As I've told dear Rith here, my desire is to be free of the chains that bind me. And my sister has information that would be helpful to me in that pursuit. Unfortunately, she's unwilling to part with it until she has her freedom from her contract, but
Okay.
All right.
well, as far as the twins' mansion, I can lead you to an underground entrance when you're ready. There are tunnels that have been fashioned, as I said, by its owners. I cannot tell you the exact path, unfortunately, or what to expect, but I would expect anything and everything because, well, I believe you already know what it is that you pursue.
That's fair.
When you are ready to enter, you can either leave word here or at the House of Happiness. You may leave it for a name Chia. JIA.
Okay. Well, it seems like we have a lot to discuss.
Indeed. Well, I wish you luck. I do. Rith, it's nice to see you again. And I hope your other companions will someday tolerate my presence.
No promises.
I won't hold my breath.
Rith chuckles.
Well,
I'll nod and leave.
she just kind of phases back, and you just kind of watch as she disappears, and like as her form goes from translucent to invisible, it's like going through the wall, and slightly shifting in her appearance, but
Well, that was fun.
Interesting.
Now let's head out.
Yep.
all right. Rowan, are you doing anything while you're at the house? Just kind of hanging out right now.
No, just chilling.
Okay.
Once we get outside,
Mhm.
I'll kind of sign in thieves' cant to Kovac. I didn't say how we would free her.
I'm not going to respond right now. uh, yeah, we can head back to our inn and discuss this.
I would say so.
Probably a good idea.
That way we can discuss it with everybody, because we're gonna need everybody on board. What do you think, Rith?
I feel she's genuine about her wants to be free. Not sure if killing. All right, never mind. You did that in cant. Yeah, that's it. That's what it'll say.
Good to know. We need to have all sides before we decide what we need to do.
All right. So the three of you heading back to your inn.
Yeah. I guess should one of us let Rowan know where we are?
I'll run
He
in there.
did walk there with you.
Yeah.
He just went across
We
the
knew
street.
where he went, so I'll
Yeah.
go in
Oh,
there.
okay. Okay.
All right.
I'll look for him.
Where are you sitting at, Rowan?
No, probably at the bar.
Okay. Yeah, there's a big central structure. I mean, as you come in, this is a very, I guess, opulent and comfortable would be the terminology to use. Because you come in, and right in front of you there is a statue to Lyra, and it says "Our Lady of Joy." And then there are doors on both sides of the statue, and you can go through either one. They both go into the same place, and you are greeted by a very posh and comfortable looking place. At the central, there is a bar with 4 pillars going up. You can see that there are stairs that lead up on all 4 sides of the balcony that's up there. And sitting at the central bar area is Rowan.
Alright, I'll walk up to him and sit down.
You want a drink?
Sure.
All right. I'll get whoever's
Please.
attention is there because I'm sure it's super busy.
It's real busy. There are 2 people here this early in the morning. It's like a rush. It is actually Shivara there because it seems that she's almost always there in the morning. And she comes over and like just kind of leans on the counter looking across from Rith. Well, aren't you the most intriguing and handsome looking one here? What can I get for you?
Mead.
Meat. Very well. Do you have a particular style, or you want me just to pick one for you?
Pick best.
It's a good choice. Comes back, pours out a mead, and slides it across. She says, that's a blackberry one that comes from some of the fields nearby here. Fantastic flavoring. Has a hint of jasmine in it as well. So it's very nice.
I'll take a drink.
Okay.
Good.
Yep. Like, anything else for you boys?
I'll try the same. Why not?
All right. She pours a glass for you.
Takes a drink.
All right. It is quite tasty.
I'll chug it and offer for another.
Like rough morning already?
Good morning.
Oh,
I'll be
celebration drink then.
like, this is normal.
He just has good mornings all the time. That's fantastic to hear. She'll
Almost-
pour you another glass.
Almost like he belongs here. He's so happy.
Just the environment. We make everybody happy here.
That's true.
Who wouldn't be happy with a good glass of mead and spectacular company?
Agreed.
Rith, if it was one of my other friends with the big glass of mead, he would not be happy then.
Well, you'll have to bring him here, and we'll have to remedy that.
He's never happy.
That's probably not.
Agreed.
Yeah. Wait.
Rith has no idea what this place is.
Yeah, but he just said that Kelnoran should have a big glass of mead.
Oh, wow. He should come here.
That's what threw me off.
That's fair.
That is fair.
Oh, so
Yes,
anyway,
thank you.
what? Oh, you guys done?
Finish business.
Ah,
Yes.
nice.
Are the pair of you just waiting outside?
Yeah.
Like if they had watches, they'd be checking it.
Like, what's taking him so long just to tell Rowan to come on?
It's probably been about 5 to 10 minutes at this point.
So I'll pass that on. I'll finish my meat and then I'll head out.
Okay.
Is our time on here accurate? 8:16.
Yeah, roughly.
8:21.
8:20. Yeah.
So it would be longer for me to
You can always talk to her.
Hey Rith, you guys go ahead. I'll catch up.
Okay.
Then I'll look back to her and just, I mean, I'm early, but we were in the neighborhood.
Oh. Yes, they're I don't have a lot of details for you as such as the nature of many of these secretive conversations that happen, but I did ask about the plumes, and no one seemed to think that they were involved in the gate matters of any kind. Gate Captain Hulin is very determined to keep himself and his guards separate from the plume's jurisdiction, and making sure that there's a strict delineation between duties. But there have been rumors of someone trying to mobilize the plumes. They've been seen running some exercises out of town near where the old training grounds used to be for the militia before the plumes came back. And they're not quite sure what its purpose is, but fortunately my sources only hear so much.
You said it was outside of the city?
The old training grounds, yeah. There were used to be some places where the militia would do large combat maneuver trainings and.
Oh, can you give me like the general area of that? Since I'm not from here.
Oh yeah, they were mainly to the southeast of the city. If you follow one of the roads, going east, there's some old training grounds a little bit further south from there.
Okay. That is definitely helpful.
Now, I would say if you wanted to find out more, you could potentially ask the plumes yourself or appropriate some of their own material. But that would mean you'd have to go in one of their barracks, which, I don't know your abilities or that of your friends. So
Yeah, I don't know if anybody I know is capable of doing anything like that.
well, I simply present options. I would never encourage anybody to do anything illegal, of course.
What if I mentioned a name of someone? Would you maybe be able to tell me a little bit about them if they frequent here?
Hypothetically, if we were just speaking in, general terms, of course.
Yeah, just friend to friend.
Of course.
I hear there's a senator named Domus.
Well, if I had ever seen him in here, and I wanted to know something about him, I would probably talk to someone that you're familiar with. Well, without saying any names, of course.
Oh, of course, of course. I just realized something today too. I was supposed to give something to Nephis when I was here, and I forgot.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Sounds like you would have to come back and speak with her again.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
Yeah. Well, should you discuss anything else while you're here with her, that's up to you. But
Well, secrets.
but yes, if he was ever here, I would certainly speak with someone about it.
Fair enough, fair enough. I'm assuming she'll be here again today around the
Of course
same
we do.
time.
Yes.
All right. You've been a huge help.
I haven't done anything.
Look at the smile on this face.
Oh, well. That's just me being me.
And my buddy,
And
he
everybody
left.
comes here is happy.
Yeah, he was super stoked when he left.
Well, who wouldn't be happy when having that splendid mead?
Yeah, I guess I better settle my tab and head back to my friends.
Yes, for the meads,
Legal.
just leave it at a gold piece for today.
You know what? Just because you were so kind, I'm gonna give her 2 gold pieces.
Well, thank you so very much, sir. I hope you have a wonderful day.
It's already been great. I don't really know how it could get much better. We'll just slowly get up and stuff.
We'll see you later.
See ya. I'll head back.
Okay. You guys did see Rith come out. No Rowan yet.
Rowan said, "Go ahead."
Okay. I guess we go back to the end.
Yep.
All right. You guys head back to the inn. Probably about 5 or 10 minutes later, Rowan pops in.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Did you learn anything?
So, we did.
Okay.
The twins are in a mansion in the central part of town.
Makes sense.
And Rebecca has offered to lead us there to some underground tunnels that go into the mansion.
She's gonna take us to a confined space that's small and takes us to bad people.
Oh, it gets better.
Yep.
Okay.
Because evidently there's another succubus helping control the senator.
Okay, so my guess last night wasn't super far off. Domus actually is Domus. He's just not doing what Domus wants to do.
Yes. And that succubus has a contract with the twins.
Okay.
She is bound by the twins through an item.
So what are we supposed to do?
She say destroy the item?
Disenchant.
Ah,
Really, release the enchantment on it, basically. I mean, you don't know if destroying it would do that. I mean, there are various ways that you think could possibly achieve that. You just know you're supposed to disenchant it.
so we need to find the Sword of Gryffindor. And
No sorting hat. Spoiler warnings. Wait, we're past the time frame for that, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I
But
think
we have
I've
to-
clearly
we're-
proven that I'm a Hufflepuff.
Th-
They're loyal. I didn't leave Kerr when he was trying to die.
We killed the basilisk.
We did go to the basilisk.
So yeah, that's what's in it for Rebecca. Is her sister, as she kind of called her, is bound to the twins due to this object.
Well, I can think of one possible way to I don't know if that would disenchant. Would dispel magic disenchant an object? Would I know if it would?
Do you have access to the spell right now?
I don't, but we have a friend that has it, and he's
True.
not here. Which
Roll
is
me
what
an
I was
Arcana
about to bring up.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
This should go really well.
And I roll one too.
I don't know if I actually have ability to get the spell with my classes, but
I think you do. I mean, with magical secrets, you have the ability.
that's true. I
to
could
just
get
about anything.
anything. That's true.
You're not sure. Lilith. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you can roll one if you'd like.
Even better.
Yep.
Yep. I have no idea.
Not particularly sure. I mean, Rowan, you remember seeing Kelnorn use it,
At the
I
gate.
believe on the gate,
Yeah.
which did remove a spell enchantment. Whether or not that would remove a binding contract type of enchantment, who knows? You're not really sure if dispel magic is limited to certain types of magic, or if it is just carte blanche, basically.
Yeah. Well, okay, then what I was leading to is there may be a possible way to do it, but the person we need to do it is not sitting here with us right now.
He is not.
Yeah.
Also, do we trust her?
I mean, it did sound pretty sincere to me.
She sounded that way whenever I was trying to gauge her in the basement, too.
I mean, I see both sides here. But if we want to get to the twins, we have to go there anyway.
Right, but we were given rules to come into the city. Don't rock the boat was a very important rule, essentially. I mean, I don't know, like, if this is something like, I don't.
I mean, we could bring it up to Hewlin, but
I feel like he should know, but at the same time, me personally, do not feel like it's a very solid source for the information. She may be 100% being real with us, but I don't know.
I think she could have easily ratted us the opposite way.
But I mean, at the same time, what if this kind
that
of
is
is
true
her
too.
ratting us? What if she's actually bound to the twins and she's just handing us over to them by saying, "Hey, I can get you into their mansion and they won't know you're coming."
I mean, that's always a possibility
Again,
too.
she may be 100% real. It's just, I don't know. I think I'm more afraid to take the fight and just go to jail because of what I am.
I'm probably more hated here than you, even. That's that's the bad part.
Well, most people don't know that they should hate me probably right now.
True.
I feel. What if we give him the information and tell him what we were asked to do?
He might think we're in league with succubi and arrest us on the spot too.
I think he would either agree or tell us to not. I don't think we would be arrested.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like he's trusted the information that we've given him, and that's gained us a lot with him. Wait, do we know what the item is that we have to take?
No, but we need to reach back to Rebecca to go to underground tunnels?
I
Ask then.
so just bringing this up because I recently read over those things that we were given last session. In the one I think that we just showed him, possibly, it specifically mentioned the person gave off magical baubles to help with their mission. Right? So this item is probably, it may not be, but it could be one of the magical baubles that was given to them to help.
That's true.
It makes me believe the story a little more that she's saying. But also, if we bring it to him, maybe he'll look at it the same.
She did indicate that by freeing this other succubus, this succubus has information about how to free her from her binding.
Yeah. She could also, I mean, he probably wouldn't like it, but she could give him information that he would need as well.
I think it's better to trust who we have been trusting so far and to provide information.
So you think that we should tell Hulin?
Tell Hewlin.
Yes.
I'm 100% in with that. I think that's what we have to do. As much as I want to run in and take these guys out myself, like I said, we were given rules, and one of them specifically was don't rock the boat. Do not cause waves in my city. I don't remember exactly how it was given to me. It was some kind of nautical term that was given to me. Had to do with a boat and water and rocking and waves and...
Because we could tell him.
Don't F around.
I mean, that might have been it too. I don't remember.
Yeah, we could tell him and tell him we're willing to help take care of the problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, what if there's a possibility we can work together?
Yeah, I mean that's extra help.
If there's a way for us to possibly get in and take the item, well, maybe he's at the front door. Him and his guys, or something. I don't know. He probably will not want us to help, but I mean...
We could be the silent help.
Yeah, silent. We're good at that, right?
And then he can take the credit.
I don't know if he's a guy that's just like... I don't know if that's really his thing. Like, he wants all... I don't know. I think he just wants the city to be good.
And this would do it. It would be a start.
I did learn that the Red Plumes have recently been running exercises in the training grounds that the old militia used to use here, which is outside of the city.
Mm.
So it's like they're getting ready for something. I also asked about Domas while I was there, but I need to speak with someone else that won't be until later, so I'll need to go back again.
I think that's definite information we need to give Hulin too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I really don't plan to keep anything from him that I've heard so far because I don't know. I trust him because
I
he
know
let us
he's
in. He didn't have to let us in.
not a
Agreed.
fan. He's not a fan of the plumes either, so
Right.
could be they're thinking about doing something to the city.
So I don't know if we get with him immediately or wait till I get back with the information about Domus and then speak with him. I mean, it sucks because our time is limited.
Well, we still have one more day?
Yeah.
What time were you meeting? Were you getting the?
Midday.
Well, if we can still meet with him after that, not like we'll be probably doing this during the daytime hours would be my guess.
Yeah.
If we are asked to be involved. I don't know.
Yeah. So.
I would chance it. I'd still keep your meeting.
Okay.
Yep.
Should we send him like another thing and just let him know that we've got a meeting with someone, say like midday, and we really need to speak to him after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way we're
I'll
already
make sure he's
prepared.
available.
Yeah. All right. I'll write up a quick note then to give to Brecca.
Okay, so just give her the note to meet up with Hulin after midday.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man, now I'm down to 47 pieces of parchment.
Well, there's a general store
Where will
just
you
down the
ever
street.
find more?
Well,
Yeah.
I have 199 more.
Oh.
I was gonna say Kovac has probably got some too.
Start tearing
Yeah.
pages out of his books. We're gonna make like a
Whoa.
we're gonna
Not get too crazy here.
we're gonna make like a hostage note where we cut out the words or the letters and
Oh,
paste them
man.
together.
What?
All right,
The
fine.
books
I'll
never do to you.
use one of my books. I think I have one somewhere.
You don't need to use any books. I'll
Oh.
buy you as much parchment as you want.
Oh,
If it comes to that,
I have
man.
parchment. It's okay.
They got real.
Yeah.
Away from the books.
One joy in life. Take it away.
People's got to ruin stuff for you, man. That's all. Coming from a dreary place like the Shadowfell, and next thing you know, people are just destroying your books too. Like, this kind of crap doesn't happen there.
Hey, she only said that I had to help you with stuff. She didn't say I had to worry about your books and all that, you know?
Oh man. All right. Well, I think we'll end the session there. It's a good stopping point. We will pick up at that point here in 2 weeks. Should be right around Groundhog's Day. So I guess we'll know if we're getting more winter by that point.
Yeah,
We'll
have
also know whether or not we have to do a rescue mission instead of what we're doing.
That's true.
well, it's Groundhog's Day, so we'll have a session, And then
And
we'll
then
have
another
the same
session.
session again, and then the same
Until it's
session again.
perfect. Until
Oh,
you do exactly what
God.
I want you to.
We're screwed.
screwed.
Hey, I have to live through that too.
Oof. It's gonna be a long session.
Eventually, I feel like you would just give up and be like, "Yeah, that's what I wanted you guys to do.
That's
Thank you."
Yep.
I don't know about all you, but I think Ritz's part played out perfectly.
I think everybody did what I would expect them to do in these instances. So
Woohoo! So we don't have to do a groundhog.
that's
Yeah.
right. So that's the important part, is what your character should be doing is what we're trying to achieve.
Oh yeah, I
Definitely
know.
not what the DM wants you to do.
Yeah.
Because that's just, as other DMs I'm sure would be out there to affirm, including yourself there, Rith, that it never happens where the players do what you want them to do, and most of the time it turns out better because they don't do what you want them to do. They do something different, and you're like, I have to redo all of that. All right, let me just take this book and we're off the beaten path, people. That's where you come up with names like Carl and Keith and
Yeah.
Gary the Gith, Mr. Bill,
Mr. Bill.
Carl's awesome.
Steve. Carl was awesome. Carl definitely, after the party ruined his life, became one of their great friends. But anyhow, off track. Thank you everybody for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed. If you're watching this over on the YouTubes, hit the buttons, do the things, all the things, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Until then, everybody, have a good night. Keep those dice warm. Goodbye.
See ya.